Good morning from Luz Labs. We hope everyone has had a great weekend. I'm sure most of you tuned in for the Super Bowl, and maybe this is us. I actually made it through. So I'm doing this video in black and white because I'm a hot mess. I haven't washed my face. I don't have time, and black and white covers that mess a little bit. My basement flooded last night. I missed the whole second half of the Super Bowl game. And then I had to stay up for This Is Us. And then I had to get up early this morning to drop my cat off to the vet. And now I have like electricians and plumbers coming to my house. So it's just been a crazy 24 hours. I did run into a Luz Lab alumni when I dropped my cat off at the vet, Sally, and I was so excited. Oh my gosh, what a love bug she is. She covered me with kisses. She actually helped to clean my face, so I appreciate that. Anyway, so we're going to get into our adoptions for this week. This week, Margot, Samson, Murphy, and Daisy were all adopted, and we are thrilled. New dogs into Luz Labs. Woody, who is about 4 years old, big chocolate boy, like 98 pounds. I love that. And then Luke and Laura, the puppies. And Browning, he's about 6 years old, 56 pounds. He's chocolate boy too. And Honey, the pretty yellow girl. And then Callan, the yellow female puppy. So she's about 6 months old. And of course, like, she is not, we need to get confirmation from the vet on her age with that, but that's what we were told from the shelter. So those are new dogs into Luz Labs. Dogs that arrived this weekend, we didn't do transports because it was Super Bowl weekend, but we did bring up one dog, Splash, the yellow senior, and he is doing fabulous in his foster home. And dogs coming next week, and we got Trout and Ryder coming from Mississippi. And this Monday message is a hot mess, isn't it? Sorry. And we have Molly and Louie coming from Louisiana. And then we also have Sasha coming from Louisiana. So that's this weekend. The following weekend, we have 10 dogs coming up. But this coming weekend, we have 5. And I don't know if you've seen our birthday party announcement. We're not doing like a big thing this year. It's more like stop by, have a drink, have a toast. It's free. And there's a typo in the info which said it wouldn't be a party with you, and clearly it should have said it wouldn't be a party. It would not be a party without you. So I hope no one was offended by that. I do want to talk. Okay, so Gus is still available. He's doing great in his foster home. Really attached to his foster mom. Needs another dog. And he just takes, he's a little slow to warm up, but once he does, he's awesome. And then Remy, we moved Remy to a different foster home that wasn't as active, and he's with Sam, who has Seymour. That Seymour, Mr. Best foster dog in the world, foster brother, I should say. And she has 2 cats, and Remy is doing great. He's just young. He's, young boy. He's still mouthy. He's active, but he settles. He's super smart. I mean, he's your typical young lab. And then I did want to say that the Harry Potter litter will be coming up soon. I don't know if you've seen the new pictures of them. They're really cute. Oh my goodness. So if you're looking for a puppy, get your app in. And am I missing anybody? I don't think so. Let's see. Oh, Frankie is on medical hold. He had FHO surgery, and that's like when your hip is the ball needs surgery to. Okay, so I am not the medical director, thank God. But anyway, It had to do with the ball going in the head. But then we had our vet look at him here. And what we did not know was he also had a hip fracture with dislocation. So he's doing great, but he is getting physical therapy and additional and we don't want him to be adopted yet because we want him to be, ready for his forever home. So he seemed to be in some pain when he got here, which just makes me lose my mind to think about one of our babies in pain. And so our medical director reacted immediately. His foster mom reacted immediately, got him to the vet, and he's doing great. So he really is. And so that's it, I think, for the updates today, this week. I'm sorry if it's kind of all over the place. My mind is kind of all over the place today. But until next week, gosh, I feel like I'm forgetting something. But we're going to assume I'm not. And if I did, just please forgive me. Yeah, I don't think we did. You know what? I do want to say something. A couple things when adopting. I really want to urge everyone to make sure any dog, whether a puppy or any age you get, that you keep socializing because if they're not socialized, then they can go from being good with other dogs to not being good. And I also want to talk about reactivity on the leash a little bit. So it's funny, my yellow lab, one time he was attacked by another dog when he was on a leash. And after that, he became leash reactive. So Charlie is like the best foster brother ever and has welcomed so many dogs into our home, like over 200. And he is awesome with them. But he's like on a walk, on a leash, he is not so great. With me, he was fine with with Rick, but with me, he has never been okay. And I think it's me. I think that I truly believe there's something called like your energy can transmit down your leash. And he sensed that I'm anxious because I'm like, what's he going to do? And, so he only does it with me. So I do think that just to be aware of that, sometimes our own energy can feed off to our dog. But a dog can be reactive in leash and they can work through with that. You're not going to fix it in a day. You have to talk to a trainer and you have to be committed to working on it. But it can be. So I will say that Charlie is 100 times better now on the leash because I kind of realized it was me and I needed to get it together. But I just kind of wanted to put that out there. All right. And then with mouthiness, dogs are labs, are puppies up to like 2 years old. I'm always talking about Charlie. In Charlie's case, he's 10. He's still a puppy. And he can still be mouthy. So it's not uncommon. And sometimes mouthiness is confused with biting like in a mean way. And that's not necessarily the case. So there's lots of, research out there and great articles that you can read. If you have any questions, we can connect you with our Vice President of Training and Education. And she can connect you with trainers in your area and share great articles with you and all of those things because we're really about training. That's why any dog of ours 3 and under automatically comes with a training addendum. And then sometimes older dogs, because what we don't want is a dog that doesn't receive training and then gets returned because nothing happened or follow through, etc. And then the dog now has issues. And then that leads me to say, if you're not aware about this now, because our dogs have training addendums, and we have somebody that follows up on it. But what we found were a few times people in our contract it states you can only use positive reinforcement. But we found a couple people based on like a vet recommendation that they went someplace that used a shock collar or something like that, which is not okay. It's the violation of our contract because they were listening to their vet or whoever. They didn't think anything about it. It wasn't intentional. But what we have put in place to make sure that never happens is now all adopters must have their trainer approved by us. So they send it to Linda, our VP of Training and Education, and she makes sure that it's a force-free positive trainer. And that is, you know, it was a something that was a little bit of a problem that we didn't really realize, and this is our solution to it. Because we don't want any negative reinforcement used on our dogs, and it doesn't really help the problem. It's a Band-Aid. So anyway, I'll give you that little update in case you didn't know about that. So you guys have a great week. I hear there may be snow in the forecast. I really want a blizzard. But until next weekend, stay warm and be safe, and talk to you later.